Hey there, welcome to SharkCast Pod, a podcast dedicated to the greatest sporting club in the history of the world, the mighty Cronulla Sharks. My name is Sam Shinazzi. I'm an OG from 2015. This is SharkCast Pod, as you can see by that fancy sign behind me. The show's brought to you by Dyson Logistics, the Royal Motor Yacht Club Import Hacking, and Jason Hawes at Cripps & Cripps Real Estate. And today I'm going to bring you what I think will probably be the 17 picked on Tuesday afternoon to play on Friday night against the Warriors. And I'll also give you my preferred lineup if everyone was injury-free. So I thought that could be a little bit of fun. I want to hear back from everyone today about your thoughts on the team, who you'd have, who you wouldn't have, why not. And we've got a bunch of episodes planned for you throughout the week. I get very excited by big events around the Sharks, and week one is always a very big occasion and one to enjoy and to savor. So today we're going to kick off just with, as I said, team lists for tomorrow. And then throughout the week, we'll be catching up on different things with different people, and we'll get into it. Friday night, 6 o'clock Eastern Australian time in New Zealand. It's going to be interesting and fun. I think we're going to win. That's a spoiler. So I do think that for the opening 10 rounds, at least, if everyone is injury free, the team kind of picks itself in a lot of ways. Now you might do something different, and I respect that. And I might do something different to the coach. I'm going to give you the team that I would pick, and we'll go from there. So keep in mind that Dale Finucane's under an injury cloud. Keep in mind that Brendan Hamlin-Uwelli is not going to be playing. Keep in mind there are other injuries and that kind of thing, Jesse Colquhoun, etc. So the team I'm about to read out is my team that I would be picking to play the Warriors on Friday night. And I have to give the Sharks a big shout out here. They've got a team selector, if you will. So if you're a member, you'll get it in your emails. And it's just a link, and you can pick your team and slot your players into the team, and it builds your team. And I think from there, you might win prizes if you go forward and do that. For this occasion, I've just picked my team because it's made it a lot easier than other ways to do it. So thank you to our friends at the Sharks. Will Kennedy will be your fullback, and he would definitely be my fullback. Goes without saying. Can't wait to see him injury-free and just running around causing havoc. Very safe and very creative. Your wingers will be Sione Katoa and Ronaldo Mulitalo. I think Mulitalo's in for a particularly big year of scoring tries. I thought last year he was not at his best. He had ups and downs. Certainly finished strong with rep footy. But I think that he will be having a big year this year. And he and Sione will be your wingers. I do believe that your centers will be Jesse Ramian and Sifa Talakai. I don't think that Cal Iro has done enough to push Sifa out of that spot. I do believe in Cal Iro. I think that he can play first grade, and he will be considered really seriously if one of our centers goes down. But I think until that point, or until maybe the Talakai and the centers doesn't work specifically to how the coach wants it to work, I think that Talakai is your guy. There's no doubt that your halves will be Braden Trindle and Nico Hines. We know Trindle was man of the match in the All-Stars game. He was decent, carrying the team pretty much spine-wise in the second game against the Bulldogs as well. I think that the lock should be Cam McInnes, and I will get to my team for the rest of the year injury-free in a little while, but I think this week against the Warriors, Cam McInnes is your lock, and I hope that he plays a lot of minutes. He's also your captain. The back row for me picks itself. Some people are a bit undecided about one of the two, but I do think that Britton Nicker definitely picks himself. He's one of the first guys picked every week and rightfully should be. He's unbelievable and will only get better. Teague Wilton coming off an injury-ravaged season. I think it's his jumper to lose. I don't think that he will necessarily be safe as houses with that jersey if his form doesn't warrant it. But I do think that he's in for a good year and he's a great player and still growing, quite young. And I think he definitely picks himself for round one. And we'll see how we go for the rest of the year. But I would definitely be picking Britton and Teague as second rowers. Blake Island right here. Blake is your hooker. Now, the props is a bit of a pickle this week and for 3 or 4 weeks because at the very least we're missing Braden Hamlin-Welly. So this week I would be picking based on preseason form, based on size and improvement in the offseason. I would be picking Oregon Kaufusi to start, and this may go against others, which is fine. I'd be picking Dale Finucane to start in the front row, and I'll get to why others won't be shortly. But I think that with Kaufusi and Finucane, you have a little bit of size. They're not giants, but you have a bit of size, a lot of strength, good work ethics, good workloads. You've got an offload in there. You've got experience with Dale. And I think they can rip and tear for the opening 15-20. That leaves my bench. And my bench this week is a big one. And you guys and girls know I like a big bench usually. And I'm going to select for the bench. And I ummed and ahed about whether to start him or bench him. But I think Tom Hazelton off the bench, Royce Hunt off the bench, Jack Williams off the bench, and Toby Rudolph off the bench. I think it's incredible strike power off the substitute bench for the Sharks with those 4 guys, Hazelton, Hunt, Williams, and Rudolph. I was umming and ahhing about Hazelton starting. I think that he's experienced enough now to get the job done. And I see him in almost a Luke Douglas kind of role for people going back to the 2000s. And the body shape thing is important because off the bench, that obviously causes a lot of issues. But I think you can still do that at the start of the game. His size doesn't change. He's tall Tom. That's who he is. And I have no problem with him starting the game at this point. However, I would give Kaufusi and Finucane the chance to establish something. And if it's not working, you can always tinker with that. But that's who my bench would be. I thought about Royce Hunt starting as well, but I think that he's more effective off the bench at the moment. I'm open to seeing how he goes. I'm a big fan of what he does, and he's had a really good offseason. He's looking really fit. So him starting is not a drama for me, but I think at this stage, he'd be more effective off the bench. We've seen him just rip and tear. Jack Williams is just awesome. I hope they get the deal done at some point this year. And he can play big minutes, and he's pretty reliable. I like him off the bench too. And Toby, we've seen start a number of games in the past few years, but I think at the moment where he is with his foot injury, as well as what we've seen in the off season, in the preseason, I think that him off the bench is a little bit more effective as well. And that's, I believe I'm correct in saying that's how he came into the league, playing off the bench, ripping and tearing. And I think that's the role that I'd like to see him do at the moment. Any number of those guys on the bench could start. So no disrespect. It's an important thing to be on the bench. I just realized I haven't picked my 18th person, and I would probably make that with Cade Dykes injured with his hamstring, I believe it is. I'd probably make that Dan Atkinson just to be safe in a number of positions. if I was going for another forward, or if Big Dale Finucane wasn't playing because he is in some doubt, then I would have Big Tooks either playing off the bench or my 18th guy. So that's how I would roll this week. Moving forward, I've got so many windows open here. It's crazy. Moving forward, this is what my team would be if everyone was fit. Will Kennedy, Katoa and Mulatalo, Ramian and Talakai, Trindle Hines. That's my back seven. My lock and captain is Cam McInnes. My second row is Britton Nickera and Teague Wilton. My hooker is Blake Brayley. My starting props, I think this is how I would go ideally at the moment, at this point in time. Braden Hamlin-Welly and Tom Hazelton. That's how I would start the match. And my bench would be Dale Finucane, Royce Hunt, Toby Rudolph, and Jack Williams. And that means Oregon Kaufusi would miss out. Now, I'm open to him pushing his way onto the bench, that's for sure. I'm a fair person, and I like what he does. But that's the way I would go. My front row would be Hamlin-Welly and Tom Hazelton. My bench would be Finucane, Hunt, Rudolph, Williams. 18th man, again, you can do what you want. You can pick Kaufusi, you could pick Tukes, you could pick Atkinson, you could pick Dykes. I'd probably go Cade Dykes 18th man. That's where I would go now that I sit and think about it for you guys and girls. So that's my starting 17 for this week and my other starting 17 for the year if everything was a perfect world, which it's not. I'd love to hear yours. Love to hear what you do to mine, etc. And let us know. SharkCastPod@gmail.com. We're on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, X. You can DM us. We have a YouTube page. We have a TikTok page, which I'm still getting my large, hairy head around. But I don't know. See what happens. Hey, last night, I didn't get to watch it live, but I watched it since. Last night being Sunday night. Whenever you hear or see this. Our friend Dylan Wright on Australian Idol. I know I'm banging on a lot about him. But he's a really talented musician. I love music. You know that. I play music. I love music. He's a Cronulla Sharks diehard. He's a guy that I have very loosely known over the years, and now we've connected through different things. And really great person and great singer. And on Australian Idol, he's in the top 10. We're hoping to keep him to the top 8. He sang Creedence, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And did a great job. And interestingly enough, it was the judges' choice for song, and they got to pick one of 3 songs. And one of the other ones was Fields of Gold by Sting, made even more famous by Eva Cassidy. And I thought, oh, that'd be something. But he made the right choice. And he did Creedence. I'm not going to spoil it. If you want to go watch it. But he needs your help to stay in the, I hate to use this word, competition on the TV show. And you can do it. You can text him. I don't have the number on me, which is really unprofessional, but you can find it. And if you don't want to text him, if you don't want to text for him, I can completely understand. Give him a like on social media. Give him a listen. Follow him on Spotify, whatever. If he comes to your suburb, thinking about going to see him, whatever. He's a Sharks guy. We did an interview with him a week or 2 ago. It's on all of our feeds. You'll be able to hear it. You can even go watch it on YouTube. And Dylan Wright, definitely, if you like a bit of music. Just be open to what he's doing, because he's fighting hard to make a better future for himself. And he already has. I don't want to spoil it, but he's already doing great things for his future, which is awesome. So good on him. And what else can we tell you? Some more episodes coming throughout the week, no doubt, with various people talking about round one, talking about teams, talking about all sorts of things. Sharks is what we do. We love doing it. We want to do it for you as much as we can. Lots of things in the works. Hopefully some of it comes off. If you throw, well, I don't know what the saying is, but if you throw something against the wall, paint, and a bit of it sticks. What am I saying? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but we're going to try things. And this is one of them that we're doing. And keep an ear and eye out for us. Appreciate your support. You can always get in touch with us, sharkcastpod@gmail.com. You can drop us a line on the DMs, and we will have other things happening for you, the listener, you, the viewer, whatever you are. We appreciate you. And the other thing we always ask is just spread the word if you can, however you want to spread the word, whether you want to share what we're doing or just word of mouth, literally sitting next to a Sharks supporter on a train at the game, whatever. Hey, have you heard Shinazzi and his buddies talking about Cronulla? You might like it. They do it regularly. You might like it, and it all helps us. So we're doing really well. We appreciate what we have. We've built an empire, but we want to make it as big as we can, to be brutally honest. So I don't know. I probably look a bit yuck. What can you do? What can you do? Thanks so much for everything. We will talk to you real soon. More episodes coming. SharkCast Pod. Up. Let's go.